2025. And today is the last day of the month. Like I always do at the end of the month, appraise yourself if you've had a good trading experience in the course of the month. If you've made profits, look at the things you did right that led to profits. And if you have made loss, also check your trading history to know what you did wrong that resulted into a loss. We keep improving in this business. Nobody uh, knows it all. Nobody is 100% perfect. You just have to keep improving. So overnight, there was a data that was released from Australia, and that is CPI from Australia. Three events: CPI quarterly, CPI yearly, and trimmed main CPI quarterly, and all came out good for the Australian dollar. And so that's already a past event that was released 2:30 a.m. It's one of the events I mentioned on Monday that we could watch out for and possibly stay awake to trade, or wake up late in the night to still trade, whichever one was convenient for you. And that actually is the main event for this morning. Well, that was even Asian session in the real sense. This morning session we have a German prelim CPI monthly, which is from the Eurozone, and it's an all-day event, so no time is allocated to it. It can happen anytime in the course of the day. The other event is going to be in the afternoon session, so I'll just leave that out. When we want to do afternoon analysis, we will take care of all that. But then let me just go straight to what we have for today. Now, today, because this morning session, we don't really have any fundamental event. The market is extremely on the quiet side. But before I show you the one or two instruments I have, actually one which is intraday, the other one could be long term. I want to quickly bring to our attention the some of the analysis I gave yesterday and how they worked out. Remember yesterday I talked about BTC USD. That's in the afternoon. I said we saw a symmetrical triangle, and we anticipated price could break out on either side. If it breaks out above, that's a buy. If it breaks out below, that's a sell. So price broke out below, and it just went. It was a nice bearish opportunity. That gave about 98 pips on BTC USD. And I remember clearly saying, if the price breaks out below, wait for RSI below 50, and that happened at the close of that candle. From the next candle downwards, generated about 98 pips. So that is an indication that our analysis that we gave yesterday worked out. And that's on one side. Another analysis I gave was on the US oil. I mentioned it on Monday, and I think I still emphasized it yesterday. I said we were seeing a head and shoulder pattern on the 4-hour time frame, and we anticipated a breakout below, and you can see the profit levels which I marked there, and price also hits those levels. That's the second one. And the third analysis which has worked out is the XRP. I posted this in all the groups yesterday morning. XRP is a Ripple. It's a crypto coin, and I analyzed that we're expecting a breakout in the bearish direction on XRP. And you can see that the breakout actually happened exactly below the zone I said it would take place, and it hit the first profit level at about 27 pips. So this analysis, I will give them, always use it as a guide as you trade in the beginning of the day. So many times I see people do something different from this analysis we give. Well, it's a choice, but it's a lot easier for you to trade the ones we have carefully analyzed. We've got experience in this area, and that's why we're guiding you that put your attention on these specific instruments we have analyzed. So let's pay a lot of attention to the analysis that we give. So like I said, today the market is very quiet. However, I'm seeing a setup on GBP CHF.
Sorry, sir. Good
Yes,
morning,
ma.
sir.
Good morning, ma.
Thank you, sir. The BTC of yesterday,
Yes,
as you said, that it could break up upward or downward. First
yes.
of all, it broke up, and I took the trade, and later I now reversed and started selling later in the evening. So, but I held that buy, and then it went down. Then later is now buying, but I don't know the extent it will go. because I got confused with, by the time it broke upwards, I had already entered. So I couldn't just throw away the trade. I waited for it to see where it was going to. It continued selling. So I don't know what to do now.
Are
Is
you
it
in
still going to buy
profit?
today? No, but it has reduced the losses.
Okay, because BTC is actually is in a range.
Okay, now, yes.
It's in a range. You can see it on the 4 hour. It's in a range. So you can see it hits the tip of the resistance here some hours ago, and it seems it's declining. When market is in a range like that, especially around the, you can see we have a rejection candle here, it might drop further. So if the loss is
Okay,
not too much, you might just have to close it so that since you already have minimal losses before, you don't increase the
yes, sir.
losses again.
Okay, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you very much, sir.
you're
Thank you, sir.
welcome.
I'm grateful.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
sir.
Now the instrument I want to check this morning is the GBP CHF. I'm trying to scroll to. All right, yeah, this is it. Now I've been watching this instrument for quite some days now. If you go to the daily, weekly time frame, we can clearly see that we have a support here, and price broke the support and closed last week as a resistance. So technically this week we're looking for an opportunity to sell. And today is Wednesday. This week candle is already trying to form some rejection candle over there. So if you flip down to 4 hour time frame, we are seeing what looks a lot like a shoulder, a head, a second shoulder. So this can go either ways. It can work either as a 4 hour trade or even a 1 hour trade. I know if it could work. So we have a head and shoulder pattern forming on a support turn resistance level. If we flip down to 1 hour, it's still the same. So whichever way you want to take it, as either as a swing or as an intraday trade, whichever one of it is going to work. So if price is able to make its way down and breaks that neckline region, then we should have, some downward movement on this instrument. So I'll give a signal on this one, and we may just target the tip of the shadow right here as our entry price. And we can target the next Fibonacci level here as our take profit level, while we want to minimize our stop loss. Let's check there. Okay, so we have a stop loss of ratio 1 to 2. So I'll type and post right now. So GBP CHF sell stop at 1.09919. Take profit at 1.09331, and stop loss at 1.10185. All right, so that's the signal for GBP I just posted it in the comment section now, and I also post it in the relevant groups. All right, now on the long term, there is another instrument I'm watching, and that's still the GBP. It looks like we're expecting a massive bearish movement on the GBP pairs generally. This one is a GBP AUD. It is yet to trigger, but I'm watching it closely. And more so, the month of April is ending today. So I would start my analysis on the monthly time frame for GBP AUD. Now you can see here, this is GBP AUD on the monthly time frame. We have price hitting a resistance zone in the course of this month of April. The tip there touching. Now you can see this candle is a very sharp rejection candle. Today being Wednesday, the last of the month. By tomorrow, at least by 10 p.m. tonight, if this is confirmed as a rejection candle, which will likely be the case, you know, okay, that's a resistance up there. There's equally another resistance here. So either way, so want to look at it, we have a valid resistance between this place and the body. So we have a valid resistance level on the GBP AUD on the monthly time frame. Now this is weekly, this is daily. So on the daily time frame, what I'm seeing here is a shoulder, a head, possibly a second shoulder, but ultimately I'm expecting a massive drop in the month of May. So I hold a very big bearish outlook on the GBP AUD in the month of May. This region here will be the neckline. So anytime price breaks out below this neckline region in the month of May, get ready for a massive drop on GBP AUD. Now you can watch out for this by yourself also. I've given the lead. You can watch the video again, to get insight into this. But then I hold a bearish outlook on GBP AUD. The only thing I'm waiting for now is a clear breakout below that trend line, which is the neckline, and also as a confirmation, my RSI to be clearly below 50. And with that, I'll be ready for a massive bearish breakout on GBP AUD. And the profit potential of this one is going to be very huge. To Fibonacci 61.8 can give about 291 pips, and to Fibonacci 70.6 can give as much as 644 pips. Now, do you need to enter on the daily time frame? Definitely no. It's just a guide. So regardless of the time frame you want to trade, you can just bear in mind that you should look for more of bearish opportunities on GBP AUD in the month of May. Either you're doing scalping or day trading or swing trading, whichever one. If you do more selling than buying of GBP AUD in the month of May, you'll be very, very safe and profitable. All right, that'll be the end of the analysis this morning. And we need to end right here. Do trade safe and have a wonderful day ahead. Bye bye.
Thank you very much, sir. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Thank you, sir.